Okay, we are asked to reflect a figure over a line, rotate a figure about an origin that's guided, and rotate a figure around any point that's also guided. Let's start off with the first one. Reflect a figure over a line. As I look at it, this is our line of reflection that they give us right here. So when we look at this line of reflection, I'm kind of focused on this number in front of the X. So this number right here is our main focus, that 1/3. And plot all the points of the reflected figure. You may click a plot a point to delete it. So we are reflecting it over this line. We need the slope here. So we have our first slope, I'll call it M1, is equal to 1 divided by 3. And remember, slope is rise over run. Rise over run. So the rise is 1 and the run is 3 here. So if I look anywhere you have a grid, so I see I have a little grid mark here and a little grid mark here. So if I rise 1, that's an up 1, and I run 3, that's 3 to the right in the positive direction, there's our slope triangle right here. So remember, that's a 1, and then that one is our 3. So what we do is we need the perpendicular slope, because everything that's reflected over this perpendicularly cuts through that line of reflection. So I'll call it M perpendicular. So the perpendicular symbol is like an upside down T. And it's real important you memorize this. The perpendicular is an opposite reciprocal. We flip the fraction and change the sign. We do it in 2 stages. So if I flip the fraction, what is the new slope? If I flip the fraction, it turns into 3 over 1. 3 over 1 is the first part. And then what was the second part? I changed the sign. So this sign was positive, so this sign has to be negative. If you forget, you can write rise over run next to it to kind of keep track of which one's which. And we need to just kind of be careful with this. The negative can go in the top or bottom here. We always want to just kind of consider, well, this could be 3 over negative 1. It depends on where we're kind of going and how we need to do it. So either one of these options are what we want to use. All right, for our perpendicular, we want to have the same amount of slope triangles from each point on one side to the other side. So I'm using this slope right here, the negative 3 over 1, because I'm going down. I always kind of like starting with rise because that gives me good direction. If I was going up first, I would have to use the other one. But we're going down to the other side. So how far is it? I'll draw a slope triangle. I go 1, 2, down 3, and over 1. So now I'm right there. That's one slope triangle. So I do one slope triangle on the other side. Down 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1. So here is my first point. Then I go ahead and do that for each of the others. So this one is down 3 and over 1. So down 1, 2, 3, and over 1. If you cut in half, you would just go ahead and complete that slope triangle. I like to think of it as about half on this side and about half on that side. So that should be okay there. And then our last one, we're going down 3 and over 1 for the last point or vertice. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. How many slope triangles did I make? I made 3 slope triangles. So I do 3 slope triangles on the other side. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. And 1, 2, 3 over 1. So here is my third point. Let's see how we did.